Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. The dashing young gentleman to my left is Cy Ingersoll, my producer. It is going to be quite the evening. We've got a couple injuries to announce. Connor Davis is out with an unknown illness. Bruce Males, Coach Bruce, is out with a business marketing event.
He may return in the second half.
Yeah,
we don't know. He's questionable to return. Our executive producer though is out. It was a last minute decision on our parts. It's quite unfortunate, but I came back from my injury, so we're here.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then Coach Kenny and the greatest DB to work for TDT Media, both are game time decisions for their second half appearances. Mostly because I haven't texted him, so
I have neither. So it's both accountability on both hands. But
yeah, so if you want to text him, that might be a good idea. For those of you who are wondering, yes, that is Luka Doncic that I have on that monitor. That will stay up for the next 2 hours. For a little context, I was trying to get a TDT logo to appear there. The lighting was a little difficult because our logos are so bright and vibrant, and Luka Doncic is so sad and stupid that it was much easier to get him on the monitor, although he is a little, whited out. It's
okay.
Sucks to suck. Maybe if you won a championship, there would be a better picture of you that existed.
But he didn't.
He didn't. That's all we got. So yeah, we have plenty of things. For once, me and Cy may not have talked about our plans for this evening, and by may not, I mean we didn't.
No.
We talked about a lot of other things in the last 45 minutes that had nothing to do with what
we
don't know what's
going to happen.
Oh,
I do know. Hold on, I got us to start off though. I do know.
You do know what?
How are you, MJ? How have you been?
I'm good. Went golfing today, shot a 68 with the pops. I'm sad Bruce isn't here because Bruce doesn't believe how far I can hit my driver, and I think it's hilarious.
He doesn't.
Hello, Alec. How we doing, sir? But yeah, he does not believe me whatsoever. And I was figuring some things out with the driver today. Yeah. So for a long time, obviously in a golf backswing, you're supposed to get like all the way up here.
Yep. Gotta go up there.
I broke my spine when I was in high school, as a lot of people who are familiar with the program know. Yeah, so my back has not always been. By the way, Nate is not in that group chat that you texted.
Oh, Womp, I don't know.
Kenny is in that group chat. Kenny said yes.
Cool. You got.
I'll text Nate. Yeah.
Thank you.
You coming tonight, baby
Game time
boy?
planning. Game time planning. You love to see this.
So backswing in golf is supposed to get up here, right? Because of my back, that's not something that's been in my golf swing for the almost 2 years that I've been golfing. Today, I was finally like, okay, I was actually able to go lift on Monday. My back never hurt. And so
that's news. You didn't mention that in our pregame talk. So this is
So I went and lifted. Legs were not happy. Back was fine though. But the thighs were not happy the last couple of days. And so I didn't work out yesterday because I was golfing today. I didn't want to be like broken because that would suck. Can't really swing a golf club if like your legs are shaking, right? So listen, we're not starting. We're not starting.
We might have to.
We're not.
We might have to.
Okay, Mr. Fridge is my background. We're not starting with anything, okay? You really just need to like get your camera a little closer.
Look, remember our camera problems? It should attach, but I don't know. I can't do it. So next week it will improve. But for now, it's a ghetto background and a ghetto apartment, so it's okay. I'm just really
just wait a little bit. I'll show you in person. It's okay.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, so no, they don't. They're fine. They'll figure it out. So yeah, I actually was able to get my driver to the top of the swing today, and oh my goodness, does that ball jump? It was fun. It was fun. That's all. So my dad and I shot a 68 at the same golf course that I played in a charity tournament last weekend. Shot a 59 in a 4-man scramble at the charity tournament. It was we did really well. And so we shot 59, par 71, so 12 under. We were 8 under on the first 9. And then on the second 9, we only shot 4 under. We were 5 under through 4 holes.
That's pretty nasty.
And only got 7 the last 14, which was unfortunate. But it was a lot of fun. Super great. Also got a promotion, which was cool. Shout out to making more money.
We love that.
Yes. So yeah, it's been a pretty good week. Closed the last couple of days, hung out with the kiddos at work. So for anybody who knows me, I used to close a lot. Now I only close a little bit when needed. And so it's I gotta like tone myself down because it's not my job now to be the ringer when I close, right? Because that's my managers that I have that close every night, that's their job, right? Like they got to be there with the people every night. And so it's great because I can be like the fun boss when I close now. And like we mess around, we have a good time. Obviously, we still get our stuff done. We're incredible. We just found outside that our drive-through is now top 10% in the country.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're doing some fantastic things. And it's really fun. But that also allows me, like, we're doing really well. So I can joke around, right? Because we're producing. And so I don't need to be the ringer anymore. So it makes closing a lot more fun. Because I don't have to be bad cop anymore.
No more bad cop. And I've seen the bad cop. It's not pretty. Not pretty.
And it still comes out, but it a lot less often, which is very nice. Oh, already making an appearance in the Facebook chat, Brucey Bruce. LeBron getting another coach of his choice and will probably get him fired. Bruce,
Reddick,
assuming you can still hear us and you're going to be hopping on later. We'll save this for later. I don't hate it. I don't hate it as much as I think Bruce will hate it. But yeah, so I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good week. A little 9 to 5 tomorrow, and then I open on Saturdays. Super chill. Super chill. How are you, Si?
Very chill. Very chill. See, I'm I'm not too bad. It's been a very laid back week. The Chiefs are on the road, so that means no work, which is both a good thing because I don't get to do anything, but a bad thing because I'm not really making any money. So
that's tough.
I know it's unfortunate.
That's what you get for getting a job that is
no work.
It's more than seasonal.
It's more than seasonal, but hey, 3 days every 2 weeks, man. It's really where we're at right now, and it's not a lot of money, but we're making do. But had to deal with the rain game last week and 2 back-to-back nights of fireworks, including a doubleheader into fireworks. Whoa. So we were very busy. We were very busy last week. And as grounds crew with doubleheaders, we get about 30 minutes to completely patch and reset. So we got to fill in home plate, fill in the mounds like with the clay because that's how you fill in the patches. Drag the infield, drag the base pass, drag home plate, reline the field, redraw out the boxes, like spray the plates, spray the mound, like all that stuff in 30 minutes. It's a lot.
No, that's an incredibly short amount of time.
And our grounds crew is typically a 5-man staff. That's not a lot of people. Professionals have 20 to 30. We got 5 on a good day.
Oh my gosh.
So when we move, we move. But it's been good. It's been a good week. This week I've been disc golfing. I hit my first hole-in-one in disc golf. You're over here doing the actual golf. I'm not that good of an actual golfer, but I'm a decent disc golfer.
Okay.
So I hit my first hole-in-one this week on a little 9-hole course, which was very impressive because I threw a disc that I don't usually throw, and all I hear out of the box is just chains. And I'm like, I've never done this before. So I was like, oh, walk down there. No, because I was going to have to run down a hill, and I was going to fall if I did that. And I didn't want to fall on my face, but I did eventually run down there like a little jog. Got down there, I was like, wait a minute, I actually did that. It was very cool. It was very
jog.
Cool. Oh, it was the little jog, little arm pump and everything.
Oh my gosh!
Had my backwards Bass Pro Shop hat on, sweating. It's about 90 degrees here, consistent in Illinois.
Yeah,
it's a sticky 90. This isn't no dry heat. It's sticky. It's
what?
It's sticky. You heard me. It's not.
What did he say? No.
You used to live here. You should know how the heat is.
I'm well aware of how the heat is, brother.
It's that very typical Illinois heat, but we're living the life. We're going day by day. You know how it be. I'm back. I wasn't here last week because they made me work, and they made me work a rain game, and yeah. So we're good. Cardinals playing the Giants right now at Rickwood Field. R.I.P. Willie Mays. You will be missed. A legend. The MLB lost a legend. It's sad. He was going to be at the game too, and he died 2 days ago. But we're repping St. Louis. We're actually winning right now, which is crazy because Cardinals don't know how to win baseball games. But hey, we're good. We're good.
So, Sai, I will ask you the question that my dad actually asked me today that I didn't really have an answer to, but I imagine you will. What would you rank Willie Mays all time?
That's such a hard question because there's so many good position players who are all very good and their like time period. But the safe answer that I can give, because I think a lot of people will get the safe answer, he's top 5 all time.
Really?
I actually believe so. Because when I think of a true 5-tool player, he's the first person that I think of. Willie Mays was only 5'10", and he had consistent power in his bats, a elite glove, good speed, bat to ball easy, just very he was honestly the first true 5-tool player before people really considered what a 5-tool player was. Fair. That's what Willie Mays was. Willie Mays was doing something that no other baseball player has ever done. And based off that, you have to put him top 5. But it's really hard because
So yeah, but where does he rank?
This is on the spot. I don't know. I'm gonna go safe. I think he's 4 consistently, depending on how you tweak rankings. Like all time, out of every single baseball player in the world, I think 4 is a safe answer.
Okay.
If it's center fielders of all time, he's the best center fielder ever. I truly stand by that. If it's just positional player value, like no pitchers, 2 or 3. But like when you put pitchers into the mix, when you put relievers into the mix, when you put all these other position players in the mix, I think 4 is a very safe spot.
So who are the three people you put above him?
What I was about to say is I really can't give for certains, but I feel like Babe Ruth has to be above Willie Mays based on what Babe Ruth did. This hurts to say.
You're about to get Jack riled up.
I know I'm about to get Jack riled up. I hate that I'm saying this, but I put Barry Bonds off basically pure bat. I put Barry Bonds over Willie Mays, and then I'm off pure bat. I know it's a really bad take, and honestly, I don't know if I fully believe it. It's a very hard question because there's so many. I know this is a terrible take. I honestly don't know why I just said that, but
Connor's putting this on YouTube.
Oh, I know Connor's putting this on YouTube.
Cy Ingersoll says Barry Bonds was a better hitter than Willie Mays.
Off base, if we base it off pure power, yes.
Yeah, give Willie Mays HGH and he would have cranked.
Yes,
but 762.
This question is a truly difficult question because Jack, but it's just you have to. That's my other one. Griffey is my other guy that realistically you can put over Willie Mays. Because Ken Griffey is the modern day 5-tool player.
Yes.
What started and if in his league of baseball was arguably in Ken Griffey's like in the 90s is arguably more of a difficult time period than what Willie Mays was playing in. Based off that, Bonds over purely based on the bats. Ken Griffey better for 5-tool player than Willie Mays was. Still, Willie Mays still elite. Like he was the first 5-tool player. And then I'm really blanking on pitchers, but you can argue that there's at least one pitcher.
I don't think a lot of the pitchers are up there.
Yeah.
But like I think Pedro's probably the closest you would get in a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Personally. But like
I agree.
Okay, so
Pedro or my Cardinals bias wants to say no. Bob Gibson could push it, but I don't think. Yeah,
that's tough. So Hank Aaron, you're forgetting about a young man. If you want to talk about 5-tool players, you're forgetting about a young man named Ted Williams, who arguably was doing that before. Obviously, stolen bases weren't as much of a thing in that era, but you want to talk about pure bat. Sorry, Ted wins.
Oh, definitely.
I don't care. Ted beats anybody when it comes to pure bat. I mean, if you want to talk a lot of the counting stats, even though he played forever ago, Ty Cobb has to be in any all-time conversation.
Hans Wagner.
Yeah.
Hans Wagner is up there. That question is it's such a difficult question because you have to base it off of, you have to look at the time period you guys are playing in. You have to look at the counting stats. You have to look at the impact they had on their team. It's a very difficult question. Do we go based on just position players? Do we throw pitchers in there? It's a whole bunch of different tangibles that everybody's gonna have a different opinion on. He's a top 5 guy for sure. 4 is just a ballpark. He could be higher. He could be lower. But if you're gonna throw me on the spot, I have to give a number. 4th best all time. I think is okay.
So this is wild. I looked up just for the heck of it, best baseball players ever. ESPN has a list. I don't know when they came out with this.
Their list is kind of fraudulent, but yeah.
This was February 3rd, 2022, for context. And in February of 2022, they already had Mike Trout as the 15th best baseball player ever.
I don't know about that. Mike Trout's good, but Mike Trout ain't doing what Willie Mays was doing. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah,
he is, but he's also on a team that doesn't know how to win baseball and even sniff the playoffs.
Now well, yes, but I don't see that as his fault. Like,
true.
But 15 already? Really?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Cy Young finished with more career WAR than Willie Mays. Are we ready to have this conversation?
That's why I don't want to think about pitchers, because
oh my gosh.
Yeah, now you're looking at that list, now you're realizing why it's such like a
wait.
The intangibles are insane. The intangibles are truly insane.
Wait. Now I got questions.
We can go on and on about this.
Now I've got legitimate. How much? Cy Young finished with more WAR than Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Hold up. Most WAR all time baseball. Like, I need to look at this. Oh wait, no. Is that list wrong? Because this says Baseball Reference says Babe Ruth. Oh, okay. I don't think they were taking Babe Ruth's pitching into account. Okay.
Yeah. Which is not a lot of people want to take his pitching into account, but that is how Babe Ruth started and got on the map.
So without steroids, Willie Mays only has 5 career WAR less than Barry Bonds.
Without steroids. But sadly, with the time that Barry Bonds was playing in, you have to incorporate steroids, and the fact that Barry Bonds made baseball very watchable again at a time period where baseball was not that watchable.
Can we talk about the fact that Babe Ruth had 10,000 plate appearances and pitched 1,000 innings? That's just like some psycho. Okay, Grover Alexander also did 2,000 plate appearances and 5,000 inning pitched.
All right, I'm gonna
wow.
I'm gonna pause you for just a second because I have to address this.
Every player to ever take a major league field has a better WAR than Ruth because he didn't exist.
Cope.
What?
Yeah. So our wonderful social media admin,
resident Red Sox fan.
Yeah, editor Jack Gaffney says that every baseball player to ever take a field has a higher WAR than Babe Ruth because he didn't exist. And he's just referring to the fact that officially isn't there something like there's not an actual video of Babe Ruth's face or something? It's all like really old pictures or something like that.
I believe yes.
Because the only video that exists doesn't show his face.
Nope. It just shows it back to him. So people are like, oh, that's not him. He's not real. He's a figment of your imagination. But there is countless pictures and there's countless evidence that he did in fact exist. Go to Cooperstown. They love Babe Ruth there. Seen it myself in the flesh. But he's not real. I mean, okay, if that's what you want to believe, that's what you gotta believe. Me personally, I don't.
I mean, I will say there are some discrepancies in some of these photos. Like his nose looks a little different depending on which photo you're looking at. And maybe he just got punched in the nose too many times because he was kind of a douche.
He was very much a douche.
Yeah. So, maybe that's why. And I get it.
What are you?
He was in FBI PSYOP. Is that how you say that?
Yes, that's right.
He was in FBI PSYOP. What does that word even mean? Hold up.
To keep the early 1900s Italian American population down.
Oh my god!
Just a hallmark.
PSYOP is a military strategy that uses communication and unconventional tactics to influence people's attitudes, values, and beliefs. So he was an FBI PSYOP to keep the early 1900s Italian American population down. He was just a Hallmark style character, Mall Santa style. So basically, you're saying that he's as real as Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Are we truly endorsing this right here, right now?
I'm not endorsing it. I'm entertaining it. I'm not endorsing it.
Oh, it's a great thing to entertain. We can rile up a lot of people, but hey now.
Because here. Oh, that's all I ask, and that's fine. I appreciate that, Jack. I appreciate some.
That's actually not
that's
a
very
terrible,
reasonable. Yeah,
that's extremely reasonable. That the logic behind it is way too legit and way too thorough for me to just kind of just push to the side. So I will entertain this. However,
okay, so Jack, you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying Babe Ruth did exist, but that he didn't really do all of the things that people say he did. Is that what I'm getting? Like somebody was a character. Babe Ruth was created and placed in the public eye, but that he didn't really do all the things he did. He was an idea, not a person. So how? But like all the people that played with him, so that okay. Because like if you were gonna tell me like people were purposefully lobbing him stuff or like the like stuff was rigged or something like that because of the mob, like I get that, I would believe that. But if you're saying he just like flat out, there was never a it's hard for me to believe that one. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but
okay.
Google right now. Did Babe Ruth exist?
I googled the trade because I want to look at the trade. So you're telling me that their owner was so down bad in debt that he had to make up this person by the name of Babe Ruth to try to get himself out of debt. Then this idea person, whatever you want to call Babe Ruth, then proceeded to go on and make history, being one of the best baseball players of all time, just so a man can get out of debt. That's you could realistically.
It's a great scam.
It's a great scam. If that's what we're basing down to, which when you look at like 1910s, 1920s when Babe Ruth was playing, and like, you know, and all the gang like activity that was going on in New York.
Yeah.
That it's now you got me thinking about it. I'm really starting. I'm not gonna fall for your propaganda, but I could believe it.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if there was some hooky pooky stuff going on. I don't think he was just straight up fake. But like I'm not as delusional as Jack is.
I'm just gonna be very transparent. He just texted our Twitter group chat. Just I won. So
what?
Clearly,
I've won. What? What is he? Is he saying because okay? I did tweet out from the main account.
I think that's why.
Did Babe Ruth ever exist? Discussing now on Third Down Thursdays.
I think that's why. But truly, now okay. I have another argument to make.
Okay.
If Babe Ruth didn't exist, then did Cy Young exist? Did Ty Cobb exist? Did Honus Wagner exist? Did all these other legends that were in his same time frame, did they exist?
So the question is, Cy, to quote the adorable little elf in Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
Okay.
Is believing seeing or is seeing believing? I never saw Babe Ruth.
I also never saw Babe Ruth, but I also never saw any of these other people. I've seen videos that could be fake, could be real. I've seen pictures, could be fake, could be real. There's sports cards going for millions of dollars over these people that might not exist.
Next on Tops, a Santa baseball card.
There's a legit argument here that could be made.
All I'm saying is, if Jeff Passan tweeted tomorrow, breaking news, Babe Ruth never existed, there would be other things in this world I would be more surprised about.
Me too.
Am I going to go all the way out and say I agree with Jack? No.
No, we're not going to do that.
But would I be surprised if there was some sort of conspiracy surrounding Babe Ruth and falsifying numbers or falsifying his skill or something like that?
Stats, everything.
Wouldn't be surprised. It was the 1920s. Everything was fake, right?
Everything was fake. Nothing was real. Titanic, fake. All of it.
Oh, fake. Whoa.
Kidding. The Titanic's not fake. There's legit evidence there. I'm not gonna.
Sure? Are you sure?
I'm positive because that's a rabbit hole I don't think I can fall down because then we'd have to say Ocean Gate is fake and Ocean Gate was very, very real. So
who was fake?
Then we would have to say that Ocean Gate, the submarine that blew up. Then we would have to say that's fake. Then we would have to say that's fake, but that was very real and very.
No, that one that could have been faked. That could deep sea stuff. Deep sea stuff.
We will go down this rabbit hole.
Did you go down there? Did you go down there?
No.
So you trusted drones?
I
could trusted little sea drones.
But I could go grab my PlayStation controller and I could probably go control it.
So you gonna trust something that can get controlled by a PlayStation controller?
That's what they were controlling it with.
Interesting.
Did you not know that they had a
I don't care.
Controller?
Couldn't care less. You're the idiots that got on a deep sea submarine. That's tough. Like, maybe don't go somewhere where you can't escape. That's why I don't go on Ferris wheels.
Hold on. Thank you, Kenny. My Titanic came before Babe Ruth, so my logic here. Titanic. Kenny just proved my logic wrong. So
where?
In our group chat. But
which? Oh, I just got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Titanic was 1912, fellas. What does that have to do with?
I'm just saying that there's a possibility that Titanic could have been fake. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, if Leonardo DiCaprio made a movie about it, I don't believe it.
Thank you.
I don't believe it. Great Gatsby, don't believe it. Titanic, don't believe it.
Stand on that.
Inception, best movie ever. That is the movie that I watch anytime I'm on an American Airlines flight.
Strong work.
Inception.
Strong work. All right. Professional transition, those. The Departed real. Yes. And you know what else is real?
That was good. Some real good insurance.
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
No, that's for later. We're not at time.
Okay,
yet.
Sorry.
I was going to go into a legit topic.
Sorry, ear insurance gets me real.
I know.
Hot and bothered. Okay, go ahead.
But this gets you more excited. Luka Doncic, baby.
Yes. He sucks.
It's time. MJ, take us away. Tell us why this was the most boring NBA Finals ever.
Because one team was good and one team was a bunch of frauds that played with Kyrie Irving. So that's your quote. You said it before the show was great, or maybe it was at the beginning of the show. Kyrie Irving finally got Boston a championship.
Oh, I said that before the show, but
he finally got Boston a championship. He carried a trash team to the Western Conference Championship, got him to the finals so that Boston could just curb stomp this team. And the NBA saw the sweep coming, so they had to get their fixer, Scott Foster, in for Game 4 to make sure that it was a gentleman's sweep and not a real sweep. But other than that, this was the most depressing finals I have seen in years. Right, that's what I'm saying, Jack, is Kyrie was incredible, and then all of a sudden playing Boston is absolutely doo-doo. He's bye-bye, guys.
Shot so many bricks, he built a house in Boston for the Larry O'Brien trophy.
His second one, because he already has one. He built a second one.
He finally did what he said he was going to do. It just had to be on a different team.
Boston, I'm going to get you a championship, but it's going to be 5 years later after I leave. And yes, Jack, it was depressing. Because I'm not a Celtics fan. So that wasn't fun for me to watch one team get curbed. Well, actually, it was kind of fun for me to watch. I'm not going to sit around here and lie. It was fun for me to watch Luka get curb stomped. But, I didn't tune into any of those games.
Yeah.
I didn't watch because they weren't close. They weren't competitive. I want the NBA Finals to be competitive.
I'm looking at what the scores were for the 5 games. Mavericks got blown out game 1. They got blown out They kept it kind of close game 2, but still lost by 7. Kind of close in game 3, lost by 7 again. Blew out the Celtics in game 4. Big blowouts. Like this wasn't no baby stuff. Blew them out. Big blow because Scott Foster. Come on now. We're not gonna act dumb.
The fix is in.
Yeah, the fix was in. And they saw they got blown out 2 to 3 games ready. They said, all right,
we need some help here.
Let's make it right. And then wow, surprisingly enough, the Mavericks got blown out again. At home, nonetheless. Like, what are we? You're gonna go and you're gonna tell me how good this Mavericks team was, how every reason why this team should have won the finals. Why everybody's like, oh, it's Mavs. The Celtics stand no chance. Because how are you going to glaze Luka Doncic so bad and he goes and does this? How are you going to glaze Kyrie Irving and he goes and do this? This supporting cast that's supposed to be all good and great and legit. You got blown out 3 or 4 games that you lost. But you're going to tell me about how great this team is? No.
So here's my thing when
Luka wasn't bad. But
no. But okay, here's where Jack and I will differentiate. I understand that based off of the offensive counting stats, Luka Doncic put up a good finals run, right? But the problem is when it comes to winning an NBA championship, it is not just your counting stats, right? Like even the eye test and the way you are perceived, like Jason Tatum led the Celtics in points, rebounds, and assists. But anybody who watched that finals knew that Jaylen Brown was the most important impact player, right? Andre Iguodala won finals MVP for the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry scored more points than him. Draymond Green had more assists than him. Mm-hmm. Draymond Green had more rebounds than him. Mm-hmm. Iggy won MVP. You want to know why? Because he was the LeBron stopper. LeBron still got a lot of points in that finals run. But Iggy, when it mattered most, limited LeBron better than anybody in the world had that season, right? So when you look at it from that perspective, what is a lot of what I just mentioned? Defense. Okay? Stephen A. Smith made a great point today talking about Luka Doncic and the way he will be viewed moving forward after this finals loss. He said, what is the one thing we have never questioned with LeBron James, with Steph Curry, with Kevin Durant, with Kobe, with MJ? What is the one thing you never questioned? Their conditioning. Mm-hmm. And Luka Doncic very clearly would give everything he had on the offensive end. And then whether it was because of skill, conditioning, attitude, will, did not give anything on the defensive end. To have the 4 highest blow-by percentages as a defender in NBA playoff history in back-to-back-to-back-to-back playoff series is the most embarrassing thing I have ever seen in my entire life. You want to be talked about as a top 5 player in the NBA? I couldn't give a rip what you do on offense if you are that bad on defense. Because all you're doing is going down and hitting a step back 3. Cool. Proud of you, you little white boy. Get back on defense and play some defense. Okay?
Oh, wait, you can't.
Exactly.
And you've never been able to. You want to be called the GOAT, but you can't play defense. I'm sorry. If you're not doing it all, you're not the GOAT. There's a reason why he's back there, arms like this, because he sucks.
And every time,
stop glazing the white boy. He's not that good.
And every time the Celtics, anytime anybody this playoff run against the Mavericks went on a run, anytime the Mavericks were getting blown out, all of a sudden Luka has this mysterious knee injury. All of a sudden he strained his calf. All of a sudden his ankles hurting him a little bit. Oh no, he's questionable. Oh no, he's
on the bench.
His chest hurts.
He's not playing.
Oh, interesting. So to me, and like I throw Bruce under the bus in a nice way. Bruce always brings up the eye test. And a lot of the times I don't like how he brings it up. But in instances like this, it really is important. Like, again, you could tell that Jaylen Brown was the biggest impact player for the Celtics.
Which is why Tatum had MVP over. Which is why he was the MVP over Jason Tatum. Because Jaylen Brown said, I got Luka. It wasn't. I was waiting for you to put that up. That's actually not a terrible take, but
that's funny.
But Jaylen Brown did something that not a lot of people on that Celtics team could do. He said, "All right, every possession, I got Luka," because someone had to go in there. Someone had to at least attempt to lock him down, and he made Luka uncomfortable, and that's really all you can do. Like, yes, I'm gonna give Luka his flowers, and I really hate him doing this. He's a good offensive player.
Yeah.
He will outscore and he'll outmaneuver a lot of people when he's got that ball in his hands. Jaylen Brown at least made it uncomfortable, and that was arguably the difference maker. Because if Luka's uncomfortable, that whole team is uncomfortable. Because that offense runs through that white boy.
Yeah, because he has the highest usage rate in NBA history. So of course, when he doesn't play as well as he has, and again, for a guy like Derek Lively, who had a great playoff run, I think is going to do some really good things in the association. He got bullied by Kristaps, and he got bullied, honestly, even by Al Horford, which is embarrassing for somebody who's been in the NBA for 17 years. But like, there was a very clear difference between the Celtics and the Mavericks. And part of it is the Celtics had been there before. They lost to the Warriors in 22. So they had been there before. They had played championship basketball before. And so that's part of it. But it also is just Luka is not in championship condition. And when even Kyrie Irving is saying, hey, like next offseason, I got to make sure my conditioning's right. Like that was a lot of basketball that we played this year, and I really wasn't ready, right? And you never saw Kyrie with his hands on his knees taking a break in the corner, right? And so if even Kyrie Irving is admitting that, and Luka Doncic is unwilling to, and people are unwilling to mention it for Luka, then I don't know what to tell you, because it's obvious to the most casual observer that man was not ready for this playoff series.
No.
And I don't even know. It might not be conditioning. Like, it's either conditioning or it's attitude/willingness. Neither one is good. So that's why that picture is going to be up for the rest of the show. Wait, did he?
I think he did. I haven't seen it, but
Luka?
Now I need to know. Luka, baby, did you really do something that we think you shouldn't have done? Oh, I think he did.
Wait, when? No, he didn't.
Oh no, he didn't.
There's
nothing.
Or did Kyrie? He might be talking about Kyrie.
He might be, and that would make more sense.
Shifela. Tribe, stay together no matter what through the ups and oh my gosh.
It's kind of embarrassing. Yikes. He also starts out all his tweets with Tribe, and I think that's a little weird. A little weird, but I mean,
I don't.
When you're Kyrie Irving, I guess you can do whatever you want to do.
Who's the Tribe?
The question now we gotta ask.
Wait, Kyrie is signing his father as his first signature athlete for his shoe line, but his dad's not an athlete.
It beats me. Shout out.
The fact that there are 4.7 million people who follow that guy.
Yeah.
That is just wild to me. Yikes.
Yikes. No, they're calling
Kyrie?
The best ever.
Kyrie?
In this economy? Are we sure? Are we positive?
He's not even the best supporting guard ever. He's not even like top 3 supporting guard. He wasn't even when he was with Bron and won a chip. Like, what are we doing here?
People think they can go on social media and just say whatever they want,
anything,
and get away with it. So much hate. But I mean, the team's full of frauds. You know what isn't fraudulent, MJ?
Good insurance.
You right.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And we call Jeff 470 at 704-464-4544. Make sure to let him know that TDT Media and Third Down Thursday sent you, and he'll give you a little hometown helping on that insurance.
Oh, he will. Oh,
he'll give you a little something, Zai.
That's why we love Jeff around here.
Yes. You know who we don't love around here?
Angel Reese?
Yep.
Yes, I was going to do the same transition. I was going to say,
get him, Sai.
I was going to say, you know who is a fraud? Angel Reese. Okay,
but no. I'll intro you, and then I'll let you go. So, for anybody who doesn't know, I gotta
pull some receipts up. Hold on.
I never have, and I really don't think I ever will sit down to watch a WNBA game. Okay. Watched like maybe 2 or 3 women's March Madness games this year because they were sort of interesting. And it's wild to me with the massive increase in popularity that is mainly due to Caitlin Clark. Suck it, the rest of the WNBA. I'm sorry. She's really the only like actually talented player in the league. Come at me. Don't care. Angel Reese did an interview that came up on my timeline for no reason. Waste of 30 seconds of my life. Yeah. Saying basically they're watching for me too. They're not just watching for Caitlin Clark. And so then I watched a TikTok came on my For You page the other day that was a compilation of that interview and then a bunch of just bricks from Angel Reese. And there was something like she was the first Chicago Sky player to ever get like 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks in a game. And I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, what's this? Da-da-da. And then she's clotheslining Caitlin Clark. All of this. Sai, I don't understand. Please explain. Please help me.
So
why she is the way that she is.
Angel Reese has been like this since her days at LSU. For those who don't know, this is the same woman, same lady who is known for her little crown celebration because she views herself as the queen, the best.
Of what?
This is gonna be one, but fuck if I know and fuck if I care. Actually, that's 2, and I just so I don't understand. Yeah, that's how I feel about Angel Reese. So we'll start with her little stat breakdown. So just for the audience to enlighten you guys. Angel Reese right now is she's averaging 12 points a game, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and basically 2 steals. It's not super impressive. I mean, your team is 5-9. You're not a big shot by any means. You want to view yourself as a big shot, but then we'll look at Caitlin Clark, the person who's actually doing something for this league. Because I hate to break it to you, Angel Reese, you might think you're all this. They're not here for you. They're here for Caitlin Clark, which Caitlin Clark is on a not great Indiana Fever team, and she's putting up 16 a game, 6 assists, shooting 32% free, 39 from the field, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists, like shooting 91% from the line. They're here for Caitlin Clark, not here for her. And then you want to come out and you want to play dirty, which just isn't a new thing for Angel Reese. For those who watched her play in college, Angel Reese is a dirty player. She's aggressive. She plays like a man. She looks like a man too. Yeah. Wearing a crown for what? You look like a man, you play like a man. You got the little leg sleeve thinking you're all that. It's like trying to clothesline the reason why you have chartered flights. You're trying to clothesline the reason why you're not staying in a Holiday Inn every night.
Dang.
You're trying to injure the person that's truly the reason why you even got some sort of hype in your name. Like, okay, you played on a really stacked LSU team. Awesome. But it's your rivalry with Caitlin Clark that really put people on the map of who you were. Reason why so many people watched women's college basketball, and especially
I
when
would never have
LSU
known who
played
she was.
Iowa. Exactly. Casuals don't know you are unless you've actually watched 5 games of women's college basketball. Then they're gonna know who you are. But you're not important. Like awesome, great, lovely. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then you want to come out and say how the media members are mixing up your words. They're trying to tell a fake story of what you didn't say. Like, they're not here for you, honey, when they're not going to be here for you. Be thankful that you're even in the league and that you didn't get waived right away. Because that's a very harsh reality for a lot of women's college basketball players that come to WNBA, is they don't have the money or the position spots for you.
Right.
The fact that she's playing every night and starting, that's good. That's great. But I get it. You're in Chicago. You're in the winning city. You're in a city that does not know how to win, frankly. But you got to put that ego aside, girl. Because this, trying to murder the best player in the league, trying to come out here and be Mrs. Big Shot on us.
Yeah.
Trying to show off your. Just stick to TikTok. Stick to showing off your nails and doing them little TikTok dances with Jane Daniels. Stick with that.
Oh my god.
The league, you're not ready for the league. Okay, the numbers aren't bad. You get 10 boards a game. When you look like a man and you're 6'4", yeah, you're probably gonna get it. Hold on. I don't know if she's actually 6'4". We're gonna fact check myself real quick. She's 6'3". Close enough.
She's my height?
Yes. Yes. Your height.
Bruh.
Like, awesome. You play 30 minutes a game. Like, you start. You're all this, all that. But I'm sorry. It's not this. The league isn't for you. You have to put your ego aside and actually focus on playing the game. If you say you love basketball, if you're here to play basketball, focus on that. Stop trying to make enemies. Stop trying to kill people.
Yeah.
Focus on trying to be the best player on your team. Mature a little bit. You're 22 years old and you're acting like you're 15. We can't do that. That's where I'm at on that. I really have, at the end of the day, I really have no hate towards Angel Reese or any celebrity because they're a big shot and I'm not. But when you're gonna come out here and you're gonna
don't even.
She's my bad. Want to be a big shot. When you want to come out here and you want to act like a big dog, and you want to be like, oh, big dog's got to eat. Circumstances happen, shit happens, and you got to be ready for the flack. And clearly, she's not. Barking back at media members does not get you anywhere in life. Focus on the game. Focus on the sport that you love, and focus on not trying to not clothesline and kill somebody. It does not matter how aggressive a basketball player you are. You don't got to do that. You can play the game and not have to worry about fouling out every game. It's just crazy. Just crazy.
She need to talk to Draymond. Because if she's going to play like Draymond, she needs to get some advice from Draymond.
That's my last thing I was going to mention is how she, in my humble opinion, is the WNBA equivalent of Draymond Green. She plays the 4-5. She'll get boards. She'll be very vocal on the court. She's just like Draymond, but then she'll have her Draymond moments already.
Except Draymond has actually won something.
And the Chicago Sky are nowhere close to winning something.
Why does she have to go to Chicago, man? Why couldn't she have gone to like Phoenix or something? I don't even know. Indiana, Phoenix, Chicago. I don't even know another team. I'm assuming there's one in LA, but I don't know.
One in LA. There's one in Vegas, which we will mention this. Cameron Brink, this year's second overall pick, tore her ACL. She's supposed to be on the women's USA women's CB3 team. Prayers go out to you, because the differences between her and Angel Reese is Cameron Brink's actually a very humble person. She's actually very good at basketball. She does it the right way, not like Angel Reese, who isn't doing it the wrong way. And also, your teammates with Cardosa, the center out of South Carolina, who also looks like a man. So, and also, y'all play basketball the exact same way, very aggressive, and it's gonna backfire sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, especially like the snapping to media members, like that's one thing where, like, I get it if you want
falsely accusing them.
Yeah, I get it if you want to have a certain type of personality on the court, but off the court, when there are already so many people that don't want to watch the WNBA for whatever reason, like, it's just, you need those media members, and you need them on your side.
Make friends,
especially in Chicago. Like, it's one thing in Indiana where there's going to be like 6 people, right? And even with Caitlin Clark being popular, there might be 8, right? But you going to start stuff in Chicago, you're going to find out real quick. You're going to find out real quick. So
she's still a rookie. She's got to learn. There's no way to put it. Like all rookies in any respected sports league, you just got out of college. You still have to learn. She was playing in the women's college basketball tournament in March, and it's only June. Like, she had it. Her and this whole class had a very quick turnover from being a college athlete to being a professional athlete. There's a curve. Like, there's legit shit that she's gonna have to learn down the line, and it's already seen. We're already seeing it. Yeah. I got nothing else to say. That ramble went on a little longer than I thought I was gonna do.
No, it's okay. You had to get some things off your chest. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. Let me text Bruce real quick.
Okay. I have a transition we can make. We can talk about another questionable decision that's been made this week.
Yeah, go for it, because I have no idea when Bruce will be here. So go for it.
I don't know. We gotta talk about the Detroit Pistons for a little bit, and why everything about that team is just continuing to fall apart. For those who haven't heard, the Detroit Pistons, one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the NBA this year, they released Monty Williams after 1 year, after signing him to a monster contract. This is
like 6 years, $75 million, something like that.
Released after his first year, when he had a team that simply could not win. Monty got dealt. I think the situation. I'll just start it off, because I'm going to be very quick with my thoughts. The situation's fucked. Monty did not deserve that. Monty got put into a situation that, frankly, was shit from the get-go. There was nothing he really could do. He kind of just had to get through it, get to this year's draft, hope he can secure a top pick to take an Alexander Sarr or just one of these top prospects coming into this year. He had to deal with injuries. He had to deal with an incompetent roster. This is a man's got dealt a bad card and then got released because he couldn't do anything with the bad hand. Like, what are we doing, Detroit? You can't keep rinsing and repeating the same cycle. You have to stick with somebody. And Monty should have been the guy. This is a coach who has who had success under his belt. It's not like he's unfamiliar to winning.
Yeah. So I understand what Detroit was doing. Like I don't agree with it, and I'll get to that, but I understand what they were doing. So Monty gets all of his money. Mm-hmm. He gets a full payout for the full contract. That's the way those contracts work. But the problem is he doesn't have a job. He already wasn't going to coach this season. And it would be much different if he said, hey, I'm taking the year off because of this family emergency. And I'm going to come back next year. They have an interim coach. Team's not good, so interim coach probably still doesn't do well. And then at the end of the season, if they want to let him go, they can say, hey, we're going to stick with this interim coach. We're going to hire a different coach. And then it's kind of like new news that he's getting let go, and he has more of a chance to land somewhere after that. The problem I foresee is I don't know, assuming he does come back after this next season, I don't know what the job cycle will look like. I don't know what positions will be available. I just think it's going to be harder for him to land a job. Obviously, he's still getting paid by two teams, so like money is not inherently a problem because he's getting like 85 million. Maybe if Jack's in the background still, he can fact check me. A lot of money to not coach, which I guess is kind of the dream, is you get paid millions upon millions of dollars to not work. But also for a guy like that, he wants to be in the game. He wants to be involved. He wants to be doing something. So I really feel bad for him, and I just feel like it could have been presented a much better way. I don't know if the Pistons made a statement or anything like that. I didn't see one personally.
Still haven't seen one personally. But when you view this team, this past season, when you look at that losing streak and you look at that post interviews, you can tell that Monty feels for his guys. You can tell he's a player's coach. He is there for his team. He wants them to win, but deep down he knew he did not have a roster that could go out there and compete. There were a couple sort of questionable decisions he made. He frequently rolled out lineups that just did not mesh well together, which when you lose 20-something games in a row, it's bound to happen. But there's also nothing really he could do. When I can't even, outside of Cade Cunningham and I can't name you anybody on that roster. That's how not great it was. I mean, they got Jaden Ivey. I think they had Bojan Bogdanovic. They might have had James Wiseman, I think, on that team. It's a whole lot of not great talent.
Yeah.
And that front office just keeps making move after move after move that isn't per se. It's just a bad time to be a fan of Detroit teams outside the Lions.
Even the Lions, they still ain't winning anything.
You're lucky Bruce isn't here, because I just don't feel like arguing with I don't care because I'm not an NFC North fan. But we'll see. We'll see.
They're not going to win anything. I don't care. Jared Goff, their quarterback. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. Well, Jared Goff is their quarterback.
Touche. And they signed Jared Goff for that heavy extension. So.
Yeah. So they're paying him all this money not to win a Super Bowl.
You're not wrong.
How'd that go for LA?
Not great.
How'd that go for LA? So that's my thing is I don't see that team with him. He's getting paid as a top 5 quarterback. He's not a top 5 quarterback.
You can argue the same thing for Trevor Lawrence, and that hurts to say.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last week. He's not a top 5 quarterback. He's not even a top 15 quarterback right now. He hasn't performed like one. He may have the potential to be one.
He has some potential, but he has not performed like that.
But he has not. He was Gardner Minshew had better passing stats than Trevor Lawrence last year.
Yep, and Gardner Minshew got himself another year of being a quarterback somewhere.
Where is he?
Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. Him and Aiden O'Connell are going to be the quarterback duo and with the Raiders this year. A team that still has Monty Adams, even though he's going to one out by the deadline. And I think the running back is now.
Please come back home, Devontae.
For your sake, I want that. For your sake, I want that to happen. I can't even tell you who the running back is because it's not Josh Jacobs anymore.
Nobody.
And they drafted Dylan Law out of New Hampshire this year in the 6th round, which I liked, but I don't know who's their starter. We're gonna look it up. I'm intrigued.
Might be Lob. I don't know. Jack, do you know who Vegas' starter is?
I'm looking it up right now.
Zamir White.
Yeah. And Alexander Madison is their second string.
Oh, they signed Madison?
They signed Madison.
Aren't Zamir White and Alexander Madison like the same player?
Roughly. But depth charts telling me that they'll start Zamir White, and then Amir Abdullah is tucked there as their third string.
Wait, they have 3 of the same player.
Mm-hmm. They do. They do.
Unless I'm off base about Zamir White and don't know it, but don't they? Isn't that 3 of the same player?
Basically, they're all very similar in their play style.
They're all like scat backs.
Yep, basically.
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand what Vegas is doing. They got rid of Jack's least favorite person in the world, and they still suck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they have Carter Bradley. That's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah. The UAB or whoever.
Yeah, South Alabama kid.
Yeah, that guy.
They took him on whatever the deal is. No draft free agent deal, and they drafted Bowers and Jackson Powers Johnson. And they have our boy Delmar, the Glaze boy. So
Delmar Glaze.
They drafted Delmar Glaze in the 3rd round.
Delmar Glaze.
Yes, him, our guy.
The greatest draft prospect in NFL history.
the greatest man ever. Yes, he's on that team too.
The most incredible.
It's a player. Very average team, but hey, it's Vegas, man.
Glaze?
Yes, him. He's there. That's my king.
The Packers should have drafted Delmar Glaze.
They should have
won a championship.
And if Vegas won the championship in the next 5 years, we're gonna know why.
It's Delmar Glaze. Mark my words now. If Vegas wins a single game, every game they win is attributed to Delmar Glaze. Even if he doesn't make the roster, it's because they drafted him and his presence was there.
He's their second string right tackle. He's on that roster. He's on that roster.
He gonna be protecting Aiden Gardner Minshew.
It's Gardner Minshew and Delmar Glaze to
the end.
You've heard it here first.
What jersey is Kenny wearing?
I don't know.
I'm trying to see.
Oh, it's a Purdue jersey.
Purdue.
Oh, I think he's rocking Zach Edey. Oh,
Purdue. Per who? What? Oh my goodness! And I see a very good-looking man in the background. Oh my lord!
He's there. The
boiler up. Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the boiler up because their football stadium's actually kind of nice, so we can get behind the boiler up today.
They actually are.
They're not the team up north, so it's okay.
You're right. I've been to a Purdue game actually. Pretty nice.
I'm gonna go to another one this year.
Bruce says he'll be here in 16 minutes.
Okay.
Which means we have 16 minutes with 2 of the most dashing young men.
Yes, we do.
That work for TDT Media. I know Kenny's ready. Mr. Gator, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Oh, or give me a
he's
ready.
Give me
a little flex,
He's ready.
Little pose. Oh yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to bring in Coach Kenny, our resident boss man, and we're going to bring in the Gator, the greatest DB that works for TDT Media, Monsieur Nate Ness. Boom, boom, gentlemen. How are we doing this evening?
Fantastic.
Doing great. Doing great. Tired, but doing great.
Yeah.
Mr. Gator, why are you tired?
We'll wait till he come over here. That little fella right back over there. You know.
He been giving you some business today?
He woke up from a nap and chose violence.
Ah, like father, like son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Nate, I'm gonna throw this first question I got at you. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a video circulating around Twitter today concerning Matthew Stafford and his wife. By the look on your face, you haven't seen this video. I saw Kenny's reaction. Clearly, he has.
What's going on with Matthew and Kelly?
So, long story short, Kelly did a podcast interview where she said that to get Matthew Stafford's attention in college, she broke up with him, hooked up with the backup quarterback of the Georgia team, and then Matthew didn't like it. And so Matthew conceded on whatever relationship issues they were having, and they got back together.
Yeah, but she made him sound like stalkerish, that he would like wait for her car and then like hop into it and yell at her about stuff. Like it came off, he came off sounding a little creepy by her description.
Yes. So like, Nate, I'm just curious. I don't even really have a real like a question. Just like, what the hell?
Say it again.
Like the whole story.
Yeah.
So Kelly Stafford, Matthew Stafford's wife, quarterback of the LA Rams, goes on a podcast interview recently.
I know Kelly.
Yeah, says that when they were in college, which is where they met, they had been dating for a period. She broke up with him, proceeded to date with and hook up with the backup quarterback at Georgia, who, in her words, was a bad boy. And then Matthew Stafford, they lived in the same dorm, obviously athletes, like football dorm. Matthew Stafford would see her car in the parking lot when she was visiting this young man. And then supposedly he would like follow her to her car, get in the car, be like, why are you doing this? Get back with me, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually they got back together and lived happily ever after. Did not need the balloons there, StreamYard, at all.
We'll see him when he gets into their room. We should receive a pop-up, please.
Are you playing the?
We have two possible names on who this backup quarterback would be, and the names are very interesting in my opinion.
Hey, okay. What are you thinking? Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's his longtime backup at Georgia, Joe Cox. That's what a lot of people are thinking.
Cox.
Yeah.
Shut up, MJ.
Yes.
Shut up.
Exactly. Which bad boy, last name of bad. The dots are clicking in my mind. A long time backup too. This isn't just no 1 year backup. This was his backup the whole time he was there. We might be on to something.
Wait.
Yes. Or it's a backup quarterback wide receiver named Logan Gray, but I don't think it's him. I think it's Mr. Joe Cox, which makes this whole story so much more fascinating. I'm no words.
Wait. Okay. So apparently it's. Well, actually, no. This is just some tweet. Somebody said it could be Logan Gray.
Mm-hmm. Could be him, but not a lot of people think it's him.
Somebody said Kelly Stafford makes Brittany Mahomes look well-adjusted. That's
a tall order.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. That I don't even. It always was, and it always will be. What's up, Nemo?
You want to say hi? What? Give me your iPad. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah, that was me when I heard this video this morning. Dude, Nate, I saw that and I saw who the backup might be, and you were the first person I thought of. It's just like I needed to get Nate's reaction.
That was good. That was good.
Same.
Me too.
Kenny, any thoughts?
I mean, I really don't understand why we have to air like not even dirty laundry, but past dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get that it's a little bit of a slow time.
I mean, for real. Like, I'm with you, King. Like, why do we need to know about this?
Right.
Like,
This was irrelevant.
Like,
and this isn't a leak. This is she said it.
Blatantly came out and just said everything.
Yeah. I used to bang Mr. Cox.
You basically embarrassed you and this man because basically you look like a hoe, and basically you got Matthew Stafford out here looking soft in these streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her in her defense, she never officially said the name. She kept the name undisclosed.
Fucked somebody. She fucked the homie.
A lot by the sound of it. This wasn't no one-time thing. This was consistent.
Time out.
And this is why we love people on all social media. It's because they very quickly are like, all right,
here's the two guys that could have been.
QB. It could only be two people. There's only two people. So you go to Boston and fucking that's not Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
So
it's just
and the fact that
wait. Do you know what Joe Cox does now?
He's a tight end coach for like Ole Miss or something like that.
Bama. He is. He's what, Kenny?
Last I saw, he was tight end coach for like Ole Miss or something like that. Is it Bama now?
It's Bama, but he's the tight end coach.
I have to go. I have to. MJ, you're done for. You're done for.
It's perfect. You can't make this stuff up, man.
Seamless transition.
Perfect.
Seamless transition.
You can't make this stuff up, man. Hold up. I gotta pull up his.
All my homies love Joe Cox. That's what I'm hearing.
Whoa,
and he's
whoa,
newfound legend. Newfound legend.
Hey Nate.
Wow. Nemo, I'm working. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'll cut it short. Can you say hi, guys?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Nemo.
Nemo
What's up,
wants
Nemo?
the iPad. Even Nemo wants the iPad.
You're good, man. You can hop out for a little while if you need to. It's okay.
You good, Nate.
You're good. We'll still be here. Go take care of what. Get out.
Go handle that business,
Get him, Nemo. Get him.
What's up, Nemo?
Don't encourage him.
Yeah, I'm staying quiet, Nate. Don't worry.
This is the man who ended it all.
Maybe he glowed down, but that's not attractive.
No, he looked exactly like that in college.
That's really embarrassing on her part then.
Well, I mean, yeah, she also went for the backup quarterback. Like that's just
it's
nobody goes
embarrassing. It's embarrassing in a lot of different ways.
She should have gone for the center, is what she should have done.
Oh, really, Kenny? Really? And tell me why.
Because linemen need love too. That's all.
But you know who doesn't need love? Tom Brady. And we're gonna
don't.
Are we not going into this?
Don't. No. No. We can talk about him as a broadcaster. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was going to transition to.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
I've only saw bits and pieces of his actual like performance, if that's what you want to call it. And I mean,
this was him in college, by the way.
A redhead too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ginger Joe Cox.
Ginger Joe.
Yeah. In charge of those tight ends. Go ahead, Zach.
Anyways, Tom Brady made his booth debut, and why are we paying him money to be doing it? Like, I don't understand. I'm not a big Tom Brady guy. I get it. He's money bags. Everybody loves seeing his face. Everybody loves hearing his voice for some reason. But it's not for me. It's not for me.
Kenny, you go first because you'll probably be. I'll be mostly rational tonight. But Kenny,
I'm being rational. I just don't see its hype potential, whatever you want to call it.
In my opinion, I think everybody's trying to reach the supposed magic that Tony Romo brought to the broadcast booth. Everybody was very impressed that Tony Romo could give you a lot of insight and sort of predict plays. And for the most part, he does a really good job with it, especially when you compare it to like Joel Klatt, who could, even when the play is read out to him in the UFL, could never give you the actual what's actually happening on the field. I think that it's going to be an interesting transition for him. I wasn't very impressed during that UFL championship whenever he spoke.
Thank you.
But, give him the right guy and everything should work out. I mean, John Madden came into the booth. He struggled in the very beginning, but because he knew so much about the game, that really gave a lot of insight. So that's the magic that they're trying to get, but I don't see it right now.
So I think there's two parts to it. One, I'll give Tom Brady credit, which is rare on this program. I actually watched his interview yesterday with Colin Cowherd, which was actually very good, if I'm being perfectly honest. And one of the things Brady said was, I'm going to bring the level of preparation to the booth that I brought on the field. He goes, I want to feel like if I am in that booth, that I could be quarterback for either team and know everything about the other team. Like, okay. He goes, I want to make sure that my entire team is prepared like I am. And so from his side, I don't think we're ever going to question like his knowledge or his preparation or anything like that, where we may question now with Tony Romo some of his preparation. I think it's obvious why Fox wants him in the booth. It's Tom Brady, right? I get it.
Yeah, it's not Greg Olsen.
That's what I was about to say. Is free Greg Olsen. He did not deserve this.
I really hope Greg Olsen lands somewhere else. I would love to hear Jim Nantz and Greg Olsen. I'd love to hear that. I think that'd be a great pair. So CBS, scoop him up, please. Free that man from Fox. I think Tom Brady will turn into a good broadcaster. His voice isn't horrible. Why am I saying so many good things about this man in one night? I feel sick. But no, I think I'll put it this way. I think I'll like him more as a broadcaster than as a player.
No, you won't.
I despise him as a player.
Once you listen to
he'd have to be horrible.
Once you listen to a full season of his voice,
just wait till he calls a Packers game and the Packers lose and he's ripping on him, and then I'm gonna scream.
Exactly.
I am going to seize.
You're gonna go on Twitter and you're just gonna fire off 8 different tweets about how much you dislike Tom Brady.
This man sucked on the field. He sucks in the booth. He sucks on Robert Kraft's toes. Why is he here? I'm sorry.
I think he'll be more impartial than that. But
whoa. Okay. On that topic, shout out to Billy B, man. Round of applause. Shout out to Billy B, man. Jack, not a Colin Cowherd fan?
It's another one of his. He's another name on the most hated list.
You're not a Colin Cowherd fan either?
No, he's a lot of hot air, very rarely correct. And I really just don't like his opinions.
All of them.
Oh yeah, but I mean, there's just something about him where he sounds like an arrogant prick at all times. Whereas, like, at least with
part of it is because He's always deep throating his radio microphone like this.
Right.
That's why his voice is so raspy.
He's like, yeah, and this is my mountain, okay? Or wait, no, that's Nick Wright. Same thing. They're both the same idiots. Colin Cowherd, I'm talking about. Here's a guy. He's like a Ford Ferrari, and when you put him out on the road, he's gonna drive real well. But when you get into any bumpy conditions, he's just not gonna be able to sustain the terrain that you have to go through for an entire NFL season. Like, it's just stop sucking your microphone, please. He also victim blamed. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Just add it to the list of why I hate that guy.
Yep.
Didn't know that.
We don't like Colin Cowherd.
Following Colin around then.
Thank you for that tidbit, Jack.
I legitimately did not know
that was one of your better ones.
I feel like Jack's got receipts on every person in the United States.
He does, and that's why we love him.
I feel like Jack, are you like a spy? You were talking about FBI psypops earlier.
Maybe that is just
maybe Jack is one.
Is it.
Maybe Jack, because he fires off a lot of opinions. I feel like Jack might have been put here. Only bigger hater than me is K-Dot. Who's K-Dot?
It's like Lamar. That one hurts.
That concert last night was fire, though.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it hurts.
But the fact that he had Russ and DeMar on stage with him,
run them all out. Yeah.
No, he literally. So there was literally a ceasefire for every gang in California yesterday because of that concert.
All of them there. I
did not know that.
Yeah, there was actually they were
genuine
all there.
Ceasefire.
He filled a giant stadium.
Pop-up concert.
Good chunk of those people were
gang affiliated.
A lot of gang.
Yep, a lot. A lot of gangs that don't like each other too.
Yeah, and they're like,
man.
Wait, you mean wait? So Sai, what gangs like each other?
I wouldn't know.
The point.
But I don't know where you're going with this one. So
I was going. Kenny, please. Can you teach him English?
Please. I need help.
Sai, you're doing just fine.
It's like the sad grandfather that's just like, you know what, son, you'll figure it out eventually.
He's trying. Okay.
That's awesome.
B- for effort. Okay, Sai.
We take that around here. We'll take that.
Right. Hey, I took a B- every day of the week in college. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Take what you get.
Anyways. Where's Bruce? We're saving Bruce. One topic in particular for Bruce.
Bruce. He told. He texted me at 8:03, so 23 minutes ago. Yep. He said, "I'll be home in 20 minutes,"
and so he should be home.
Theoretically,
we can't talk about old JJ until he gets in here.
Oh Lord. Was there anything else? I don't think you guys watch golf, so we won't talk.
No
golf. Yeah, that was pretty much all the topics I had loaded up. I mean, we can get Kenny going. I don't know if Kenny cares about this. Bulls trade Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, who probably is also on Jack's hit list, if I had to guess.
I mean, so as a very casual basketball fan, and I use the term very loosely, it's more about the organization's failures, right? Like, this just seems like another issue where Jerry Reinsdorf and the front office completely blew it. Don't understand why. Something I was reading up on before the show said that they could have gotten draft picks last year for basically the same player.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're trading for, it seems like a second-rate Oklahoma City Thunder player. Like, it's not making a whole lot of sense, which is, in a nutshell, exactly what you would expect from this organization, anything led by Jerry Reinsdorf. So just like I say with the Sox, I think it's time for Jerry to sell the team.
I would like to read what our very own Jackson Gross said in our NBA Discord. This is a genuine Bulls fan, and this is the exact words. God, I fucking hate this team. If it had even been Giddey in 2 seconds, would have been okay with the deal. But no fucking picks is a fireable offense. End quote. And that's a great way to put it. You're telling me, like, Josh Giddey's not a bad basketball player. He has his scandal that he had to deal with during the season.
He's right-handed Ben Simmons.
Exactly.
Can't shoot.
And trading him for Caruso, which Caruso was a very valuable player to the Bulls this season. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
What I've read so far about it is that in 6 months, the Thunder plan on extending Caruso for probably 4 years, $80 million, because they want Caruso for their long-term plans. Alex Caruso supposedly is going to be a very big piece into why Oklahoma City in the next 5 years should win a championship. Will they? Who knows? The West is very competitive. Boston just won it all. But Chicago, what are we doing? Jerry Reinsdorf, what are we doing?
Well, I get it to some extent. Caruso, I believe, was in the last year of his deal this upcoming season. He's not going to stick around. Josh Giddey is a younger player with potential.
Who knows what potential?
But I mean, this is absolutely a giant W for the Thunder.
Huge.
Alex Caruso legitimately could fill the Andre Iguodala role.
That's fantastic.
OKC,
That's a fantastic
that Iggy played for the Warriors. Because in his prime, Iggy was the stereotypical 3-and-D wing. And Alex Caruso is officially a guard, but he's
a 3-and-D wing, and he can shoot the ball a little bit.
Yeah, so just now imagine the defense with SGA, who already is a above-average defender, Caruso, Lou Dort, that's
J-Dub,
a really good,
Chet.
Yeah, that's a very good defensive roster. It's going to be hard,
and that's a very good starting 5.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it's a lot of the only problem I have with it is it's going to be heavily run through SGA, which obviously he's incredibly talented, but you don't really have there another off the bounce shot creator.
You don't.
Now you've got those guys on the bench, but in the starting lineup, you don't have another guy. Like when the Warriors won in 22, they had Steph, and then they had who could also get his own shot.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the Warrior Clay could get his own shot before he tore everything in both legs. So it's just that's my only concern. I think they can still go get that because I don't think they're done making moves. That's the thing, though. The Thunder have 14 first-round picks in the next six years, Kenny. So they can go
and
do whatever they want.
And a bunch of seconds that will.
And they haven't paid any of these guys except SGA yet. So they've got money.
And they have plenty of good young pieces on the bench too, and a couple of expiring veteran contracts that they can flip for somebody better.
Yeah. So
what they need is getting rid of Josh Giddey honestly is a major win. Alex Caruso is going to fit in extremely well with the chemistry that they've already built, and that defense prowess is something that is legit.
But what's wild is the Bulls are just we'll help you out. There you go, have Caruso.
But I mean, that's exactly what the Bulls do. They do the bare minimum. Yep. They make it look like they're trying to make a move for the future. They'll go 500, 500 basketball into, maybe the play-in tournament if that is still going to be a thing in the future.
Yeah.
And then you're talking about, at least they got close. And that's exactly how Jerry Reinsdorf runs his teams. I mean, the Sox don't look at this year, but that's exactly what they've been doing for many seasons.
So many.
It's so
pathetic.
Many.
It's wild to me because I remember I've been going, living in the suburbs of Chicago. I've been going to Sox games and Cubs games for a long time. Never once do I remember the White Sox stadium being full. And I lived in the Chicagoland area my entire life. So I never went to a sold-out Sox game.
It only happens when the White Sox are in first after the All-Star break. It's pretty much the only time the White Sox get close to selling out their stadium. Otherwise, Reinsdorf, it seems like he's pretty happy with that 12 to 15,000 crowd. but they're probably not even getting that right now. I mean, it's it's pathetic baseball.
They're getting like Oakland A's attendance numbers right now. Like it's depressing.
It's bad. Yeah.
And do they even have good City Connect jerseys?
The White Sox? Oh yeah. It's a little biased, but they're my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Non-biased in their top 5.
It's nice. It's black. It has gray pinstripes. It says South Side in the Gothic writing that they have. Okay. Their hat looks really cool. I mean, they did one of the better jobs for sure.
Better than Wrigleyville, that's for sure.
What is the Cubs not good?
No, it's plain. It's plain. They went for the 77 neighborhoods of Chicago kind of deal with Wrigleyville across the chest. They missed the mark because they could have done something with the ivy. They could have done something with the little Cubby logo, but it was very plain, all things considered.
Just like the Cubs franchise, plain, basic, and boring.
They didn't want to take a risk. That's all it was. They saw what the White Sox
St. Louis did the same. St. Louis did the same thing. We didn't take a risk, but ours at least looks biased, as you can see on the hats. Better than Chicago, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, the Cardinals are doo-doo. That's literally just their normal jersey. What are you talking about? I'm looking at them now. That's horrible.
They're better in person. I've seen a bunch in person. And just working at a baseball stadium.
Those Pirates uniforms are fire. Oh my gosh.
Pirates are good, especially because they have that gradient to the black pants. Too, so it's yellow on top.
When they play it at home and you look at the bridge in the background with those jerseys.
Oh my gosh.
All you got to do is just look at Andrew McCutchen head to toe.
Seattle's low-key kind of nice.
Yeah, they did a nice throwback to the Pilot era.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice one.
Okay, the Texas
their secondary logo that they used for it is way better than anything else that they have anywhere else. So it was kind of a miss for me.
The Braves are fire. The Padres are fire.
Padres are okay. I wish they would do a second one.
I mean, hey, the Dodgers got a second one.
Rays got knocked it out of the park.
Colorado's needs purple.
Yeah, but see, that's kind of why I like it. They didn't really do a whole lot of purple with it.
It's just a little bit in green.
Yeah, if you look at the hat, they have the circle, CO, and then there should be the purple mountains in the middle.
Okay, Royals they did okay. Suck. Astros suck.
Yep.
Nationals suck.
The Royals are kind of clean. Astros,
it was boring. They went for the City of Fountains routine, and nobody knows that they're the City of Fountains unless you live in Kansas City. So it was a mess.
I only know about that because they went because there's a fountain in center field. That's the only reason.
They have the waterfall.
Yeah.
In the outfield. That was the only thing I liked when I went to that stadium.
That's what. Are those all the ones that are out? Oh, the Angels ones are doo-doo.
This is the one. Arizona's do go crazy. A lot of people hate on it, but it's
the only reason why I hate on it is because that's one that needed purple and teal, and instead they went complete sand, which was good. I liked it.
But if they get a second one, which I believe that Arizona will be a team that gets a second one because LA already got their second one.
Yeah, well, that's because they missed the mark on theirs. They begged for a second one.
So bad. Yeah. And then Washington needs to keep theirs, but they won't because Washington.
No, they retired it this year. This is the last.
This year's It's just
LA.
I mean, I'm gonna get the jersey when it goes
bad.
The first Dodgers was they phoned it in. The second one actually looks pretty cool, and there's a lot of like little hints at the stadium. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden details. I wish they would have done a little throwback to Brooklyn, but they did really good with this one.
I like the hat, but maybe the picture I'm looking at isn't detailed enough. I just don't,
because they combined the LA logo and the classic Dodger D logo. They combined it.
Yeah,
which is it's a different twist, but I like it.
Yeah. I get it. Twins
kind of they did okay.
I mean, it's color. Like I like the color combo, but it just I don't
like embracing
Minnesota.
Embracing the lakes is, I think, what their logic behind it was.
Yeah, the ripples of the water.
Yeah, ripple effect. Okay.
Brewers are
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays are
Blue Jays one, except for the hat. They missed the hat, but everything
hat's
else
bad. The actual jersey, though, when they actually wear it at nighttime, it plays. It plays well. The team sucks, but the jersey plays well.
There's only two teams that don't have it: the Yankees and the A's. Are the only
shocker.
There's I thought there was a couple more teams. I just saw a list today that's 26 out of 30 teams don't have it or do have it.
No, it should be 28 as of now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
No, the Rays jerseys are fire.
Yeah,
that one. I thought. Yeah.
The Rays jerseys are fire, especially with the batting helmets and the hats they have.
Yeah.
Those are fire. The Mets, that's just
bad. I think the Mets is the worst jersey out of all of them.
I kind of like it. I get what they were trying to do with it.
I get what they're trying to do, but
it's a very Yankee thing that they tried to do, and in that they missed. So I get why everybody else hates
the little brother in New York tries to copy the big brother.
Yeah.
Philly jersey is fire.
Phillies is pretty good. A lot of people were upset because they went with like blue and gold, which is the city flag.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of people were expecting like maroon and sky blue. Detroit's is pretty good too. I like that. They have a lot of little nods, a lot of little nods to Detroit. So that was pretty cool. They have like a big number on the side of their hat.
Wait, so some of these teams haven't gotten new ones in like years? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah. So originally it was supposed to be like how the NBA does it with like their city editions, where they would be doing this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of the purists came out and said, no, like we should do this one time and kind of be done with it. So they've been doing a very slow rollout. Like I think it's no more than 8 teams.
No more than 8 a year.
Can so change the White Sox or get it?
Can get it. So the White Sox had like they were the second or third team total. Boston was the first. I think Miami was the second, and then Chicago got theirs.
I like Miami's,
but that was back in 21, and they 20 or 21, and they haven't had one since. LA was in the first year. Now they have their second one now.
I do really like the Sox. That's clean.
They begged Major League Baseball to get a second one.
Miami's, I don't like it, but I get it. It makes
that was a
sense.
great nod to their city and their culture.
Yeah, the Red Sox is horrible. Oh my god!
Hear that, Jack?
Jack.
But they went for the Boston Marathon, which was it's a good nod to the city.
Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah. So if you look at the sleeve, it looks like a marathon runner number. With like I think it's their
okay. I can't be mad at it. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Like I get it, but I would never wear it. That's my thing. Is like, would I wear that jersey?
Yeah, that was a lot of people's reaction to it.
No. Like, okay, cool. The Cubs sucks. Doo-doo.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They needed to do something with the brick and the ivy.
Yeah. It should be like
the
red and green. Yeah.
But they missed on that one. They went for the neighborhoods of Chicago thing. It works, but it doesn't, because there's the logo on the sleeve patch is actually the city of Chicago's like main logo, but nobody knows that unless you live here. And
I was gonna say I know that because the logo, the C with the star, like I know that's the Chicago flag, but that's just because I lived here.
Yeah, and they have like that Y for where the branches of the river meet, and
that's so
you don't know that unless you.
Unless you live past all those Chicago.
Symbols. Yeah. No, the Cubs missed. For sure.
Kenny, I asked Cy earlier, and I'll ask you again.
That's what we're going into.
Willie Mays is the what ranked baseball player of all time?
Ooh. Huh. I'd probably have to say, I'd say top 10. I'd say,
I agree,
5 or 6.
Okay. That's respect. That's respect. I respect that a lot. I said top 5. Gave him number 4 position, but then we started running down baseball players, and
there's a lot there.
You
have a long history in the sport, and it's tough to. It's tough based on the era that he played in, when he came up. It's really challenging based on a lot of different factors. But I think if you start to put everything aside, you have to give him a top 10 spot overall, for sure.
And
you can go down the Yankees roster and come up with a top 10 right there. Since 1930, you can come up with a top 10 right there. But
Okay, so then one more baseball question. Does Babe Ruth exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
George Herman Ruth exists. He's one of the greats too.
Okay. I said is he the best?
So that's a tough one too, because okay, so he
he'd
be top 3 for me because he changed the way the game was played.
Yes.
So he came up in the dead ball era, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And then he was the one that was jacking the ball out of the park, and he did it without any sort of enhancements. In fact, he probably had things that were deterring him, like being overweight, being addicted to alcohol and smoking and all that stuff. So he was not what you would consider an athlete by today's standards. And I think because he changed the way the game was actually played, I think you have to put him up there as well. I mean, it's arguable that he's number 1 for sure.
My argument when it comes to him as the best baseball player ever, I actually did a presentation about this when I was 10, is you can't compare generations. It's impossible, right? I understand that people probably throw harder and are better pitchers than they were in 1914, right? But in terms of comparing generation to generation to generation, the only thing we've ever had as close to Babe Ruth in a generation is Shohei Ohtani. And I love Shohei. He's not going to end with Babe Ruth numbers.
No, not even
so.
Close.
If you look at the total cumulative resume, and we have things like WAR that can actually kind of go generation to generation and actually prove value based off of the way the game was played and things like that. And when you look at that, he is far and away the best baseball player ever. So that's to me, like, I kind of do the same thing in basketball and football. Is like, I understand comparing generations and trying to, like, okay, MJ or LeBron, who would be better if you put them in each other's generation? You can't. It's not something you can do. You can only compare when they played and the way the game was played. And that's the only thing you can look at. Like, I would love to see Dan Marino in today's football. I can't. I would love to see how would Patrick Mahomes have done in 1984. I can't. So all I can go off of is what I see when they played, right? And so that's where I'm like, Babe Ruth was the most dominant player in baseball for a 15-year span. And he did things that people had never done. And you're right, he changed the game. Like, it's the same way you got to give Steph Curry a lot of props for changing the way basketball is played.
And that's what I look for when we start talking about generational talents or GOATs. You have to have at some point altered how teams adjust to you or how they adjust to the game itself.
Yeah.
And, Ruth did that. He had a lot of help with that Yankees roster throughout the years, but.
Well, yeah. But also, like, and I think Willie Mays is one of those players too. Like, I was talking about my dad about it today. And like he really was like the first like 5-tool guy. Nobody really thought about that before Willie Mays.
I mean, the speed, the defense, the hitting, and it wasn't necessarily all power hitting either, but he was able to place the ball where he needed to get on base. Yeah. I think he was a tremendous.
He was a career athlete. 301 hitter. So, I mean, like, there were guys like Ted Williams who had better average, but Willie Mays had way more home runs. Like, he's still top 10 in home runs. Yeah. Cause he has 660.
So, yeah.
So, top 10 in home runs, 300 batting average. I think he was a 24-time All-Star, multiple MVPs, 12 Gold Gloves. Like, literally could do it all. 4-time stolen base champion. Disgusting.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking the stolen bases. You really only think of like Ricky Henderson. Besides Mays, it's Henderson for that kind of statistics. So
yeah. So Bruce has been officially ruled out for the rest of this evening with familial duties. So rest in peace. He's also out next week. He's on vacation. So Bruce will be back. What is that, July?
Yeah, it's already July.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're close.
Summer break's flying.
No, dude, it is. Kenny, you're going to be back in school before you know it. Sorry to tell you, but so I guess we'll talk about the last thing we had on our lineup. Kenny, I don't know if you've got any thoughts on this one or heard anything about it, but today JJ Reddick was announced as the new head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, the podcast buddy of LeBron James, which will be an interesting dynamic to say the least. Sai, I'll let you go off in a second, my really just big thought, I don't deny JJ Reddick's ball knowledge. You play 15 years in the NBA. You're the main analyst, color guy for ESPN next to Mike Breen. You know ball, right? But can you lead the most watched team in NBA history? That is a whole different story, and that's what I don't know the answer to.
I do like, if I read correctly, he was already assembling a team around him.
Yes.
A staff around him that is what sounds like veteran coaches. So I think from that perspective, at least he's smart enough to understand what he doesn't know in terms of leading a basketball team. So for that, I respect that decision. I think it's a bold move on LA's part. I think it's a dumb move on their part, but we'll see.
This is gonna go really bad really quick, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. But just your podcast buddy is your head coach. Like, that's MJ, you're one to know about how that goes down. It can go down really good, but it can also go down really bad. And I just like, yes, JJ Reddick, 15-year vet. Awesome. You have been in the league. You've seen your stuff. You've done your stuff. Like that, I like that aspect of it. The aspect of getting a supporting cast who actually knows what they're doing. I like that. But in the end of the day, it's not your supporting cast decision on what happens. It's your decision. And you have zero coaching experience. And you're not just coaching a G League team. You're not coaching a college team. You're coaching the Los Angeles Lakers. On a team
is he though?
I don't think he is.
That's my point though, right? Like if it's LeBron's team still, isn't he going to basically be coaching from the floor anyways?
Coach. LeBron's been a player coach the past 5 years. Ever since he's joined LA, what do you think he's been doing? He's been a play coach. It does not matter who is in that hot seat, that head coach position. It's Bron's team. That's who's on that team is who Bron wants for the most part. Like, I get it. He probably went to that front office. He probably went to the GM owner, whoever it is, and said, this is what I want. And they said, all right, we're going to give you what you want. You know why? Because
they're afraid he's going to leave.
Yes.
He's a free agent.
Because he's a free agent, and Bronny James in this draft, he's going to follow wherever Bronny goes because he's been saying forever he wants to play 1 year with his kid before he retires. And as much as I don't think Bron has much left in the tank, he is really getting up there. Like, yes, last year he's still an all-star and all that stuff, but last season really showed that he's on the decline. It's not prime LeBron anymore. At least that's in my humble opinion. Compared to the other numbers, like, he was still good.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's not like 2012 Heat LeBron for sure, but like he averaged better numbers last year than one of his MVP seasons.
Still good, but he doesn't have that level. That level of basketball is not going to be in his system for much longer. That's the point I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
He is at that point in his career where he is fighting against his age. You can only do so much recovery and training and preparation before age really gets you and it slows you down. And I hope JJ Reddick proves me wrong, but I can very well see this being a one and done if the results that front office and that LeBron wants, if they don't get it, he's out.
I think it either ends up being really good or really bad, and I don't think there's going to be much in between.
There's going to be no in between.
I think JJ Reddick could end up being an incredible coach. Again, he knows ball. He played in the league for years. There's plenty of history of guys who played, especially point guard, guards who ran offenses. Obviously he was more of a catch and shoot guy. Yeah, you're not wrong, Jack. But I think it would be hilarious if this happens and Bron leaves. Like, if they hire his buddy and then Bron says deuces.
Then what are they going to do?
Then they're stuck.
Who's going to be
And I will say, publicly, LeBron has been saying, hey, I want this franchise to make decisions to support Anthony Davis being the star of this team for the future, because really, that's the guy they're going to have to build around. And I think he can be the best player on the championship team. But right now, I think it's just a weird dynamic. It's LA. They're always going to be in win now mode. And I don't know how much JJ Reddick brings to the table. Even somebody like Ty Lue, when he was in Cleveland, I don't know how much he really brought to the table. So we've seen Bron can do it without a top-tier head coach. He's done it multiple times with questionable head coaches. The real idea is just like you said, Sai, how much does he have left in the tank and how much can he carry a roster?
Does he even want to carry that roster?
Right.
I mean, that's
right.
the bottom line with that.
I am curious. I saw something the other day that was like, what's stopping LeBron from, let's just say and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan of the team. Let's just say, for example, the Warriors drafted Bronny. What's stopping LeBron from taking a 1-year vet minimum to go to the Warriors with Bronny and just obliterate the league? Like,
is there anything stopping? I mean,
I don't think. I don't.
That's
think
the crazy. That's the crazy part. Is the Lakers can do all of this to try to keep him. They can do all this preparation to try and draft Bronny. Well, another team.
He's unrestricted, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
another team can very well pull the trigger, like Memphis or Charlotte or
that's what will be wild.
Any team can use their first round or second round pick and pull the trigger on Bronny and be like, hey, you're gonna play in the summer league. You're gonna hopefully do decent. If you do decent, you're on our team. You know why you're gonna be on our team? We want LeBron James. Because I think Bronny very well knows that because he did not do good in college last year. And the numbers,
he wasn't really given the opportunity.
He wasn't given the opportunity, but you're gonna have no real sample size of college stats, then try to go make it in the NBA. It's a huge risk to draft Bronny. And I think the reason why he's even in the draft this year is because his father's a free agent and he can go wherever he wants to go.
I think there was hilarious.
There was a talk in that household, and Bron probably looked at him and said, "Hey, this is what you're gonna do, and we're gonna go get a chip."
I think it would be hilarious if somebody like Charlotte drafted Bronny and held him hostage.
LaMelo, Bronny, and LeBron. That trio.
No. I'm saying the Lakers would have to pay a king's ransom.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Because also the bidding
3
war,
first-round picks for Bron James.
Literally, like
second round
bidding war that
talent.
will ensue if somebody drafts Bronny to a place like Charlotte where LeBron doesn't want to go, there's going to be a bidding war for that kid. Like, legitimately.
Talk about pressure.
Because if I'm the Bucks, I'm selling the farm. If I'm the Celtics, maybe not because they just wanted a ring. But like, if I was anywhere close this year, I am selling the farm to get that kid. Like, I'm never who's got the number 1 pick? Pistons at 5. Bang, Bronny James, welcome home.
Ooh.
The Pistons haven't worked out a top 15 guy in this draft class yet.
That's because they already know they're drafting Bronny. Bang.
They're gonna shock the world.
Bang.
They're gonna.
But who is number 1? Because it's not. It's not Portland.
The Hawks.
It's the Hawks.
Shut up.
Imagine.
Whoa! Trae Young and LeBron James. And DeJounte
smallest backcourt of all time. Trae Young and Bronny James. 6 foot and 6'1".
Wow. Okay, hold on. There's
run DeJounte at the 3, Bron at the 4, Clint Capella at the 5. Prosper.
Oh, not Clint.
The spacing on that team is absolute doo-doo.
It's like that's 1-star spacing.
Yeah, literally. You love that in the 2K, maybe 1.5.
Maybe that's generous.
Yeah. Because also
they're gonna
say bye-bye to Trae Young 30 and 10 average. Like
that's dropping down realistically to 25 and 7.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Trae Young's gonna take a hit, and they don't win, he's gonna win out.
But yeah, it's just
that makes things that'll make things even more interesting. And that's where I hate saying this. I can see a team like Chicago trying to come in as something really like, let's say Atlanta is happening. This scenario comes down, and then Chicago comes down the blue and says, "Hey, Zach LaVine, Trae Young, one-on-one, make it happen."
Ugh. Trae Young and Kobe White backcourt. Ugh.
Yeah.
The two people that Bruce compared 3 years ago. You guys, neither of you were around when Bruce looked me dead in the eyes and said Kobe White is better than Trae Young. And like 110% serious. No joke behind those eyes. Dead serious. He's like, I think Kobe White's better than Trae Young. And that's when we were having Rob Schaefer, our NBC sports guy, on.
Shout out Rob. We need him back.
We do. I want to ask Rob about this. Hold up. I might text him. Be like, hey.
Great idea.
What if Charlotte drafts Bronny? Like
let's shock the world.
Projected as a number 2 or as a second round pick, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, like he's in the NBA
draft.
It might as well be the 6th round for the NFL draft, right? Like I'm not.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. After the lottery in the NBA, so the lottery is like day 1. Well, no, like top 5 is day 1. Mm-hmm. The rest of the lottery is day 2. 15 to the rest.
15 rest of the first round is round 3 and
5.
4.
Yeah, it's just, and then second round is just 6th and 7th round. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's chaos.
Like you could stumble on something. Teams have very well stumbled on
Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic got drafted
during a Taco Bell commercial.
He was also asleep when he was drafted. He did not care that he was drafted.
Yeah. He said, I have to go to America.
Nikola.
I have to stop racing the horses. I have to go to the America and play basketball because
they
pay me the money.
On the topic of Nikola, he just won a title. And his dad outfit was really insane. Man was in some random t-shirt, basketball shorts, and the Adidas slides with his toes out, living his best life. Because when you're a 3-time MVP, you can do whatever you want to do.
You know what makes me sad is Nate didn't even get to see the shorts I got on today.
Got the Hoochie Daddy shorts on. Put them legs down.
A lot of thigh.
A lot of thigh, Kenny. A lot of thigh. Yikes.
Yikes.
Not as chaotic as normal with Bruce and Nate here, but we still brought a little bit. Yeah, I was all ready to like stand up, give Nate a show. Be like, Nate, you recognize these?
No, he already the comments that you made on the old backup quarterback, Mr. Joe Cox.
You're talking about my good friend Joseph Cox?
Yeah, he already got a little
title. Tight ends. That's his title. He's in charge of tight ends.
And he is.
That's the young man that just ruined a $250 million home.
Yep.
You really hate to see it. This was Matthew Stafford's face today.
Well, he knew about it, so it's not.
Well, yeah.
He knew.
Airing the laundry now just seems very odd. Yeah.
This is Kelly Stafford when she found out that podcast appearance was going to be public.
Right.
Oh, wait, you mean this microphone is on? Wait.
Right. It's a hot mic.
Hello? This is on? That camera? That's rolling? Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, this is all Joe right now.
Hey, shut up. You get that off my computer screen.
No, it's off. It's off.
That's disrespectful.
That's why I did it.
But yeah, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Taking care of me when Papa Bruce is gone.
We got you.
We'll do it all again next week because Bruce is gone again. So Same time, same place. We'll be
Same
back.
time, same place.
Yep.
You'll see us three. Our executive producer might be here. We might get more.
Might
names.
not.
We don't
I don't
know.
Us three will be here.
We're reliable. We got you.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, but not as much as a pleasure as it is to run the best insurance commercial in all of the business. Oh, sigh.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't show. I was trying to show Joe. It doesn't show behind the outro.
In the spirit of